Yo guys, Mystic here and welcome back to a brand new Skul the Hero Slayer video. And in today's video, we're going to be using one of my favourite Skuls, especially in the power category. We are using the main man himself, Predator. Now, Predator here is a unique Skul because even though he is a power, he does, as you can see, have 2 dashes. And I like him so much just because with his skills, which are your kind of main source of damage, he can literally just rip through bosses' health bars and just enemies' health bars like there is no tomorrow. So what we want to do on this guy is get, I think it's predicted pain in the cursed item shop, because the more skill damage you do to a single enemy, the more damage, the higher amplification it gets. So that does really work out extremely good on him. Let's go for the hack. As you can see, purple enemies just like do not stand a chance against any of this shit. So we are really just trying to get as many bone fragments as possible. We want to be able to get, obviously, my guy to a legendary in quick time. So let's see what we're going to get here. Honestly, the increased skill cooldown will take for now. And you guys know, because it is me, we are going to be focusing on Skul rooms for the majority of this start of the run. Let's take the HP, the final few dudes remaining up here. The only problem with Predator that I actually have is his just kind of normal basic attacks. I don't think they're very good. I think you're stuck in the animation for quite a long time and they just don't do enough damage in general. So that is why I really only mainly stick to using his skills, because as you guys have already seen at this point, that is where his main damage output is. So we are really just trying to get to the adventure fight at this point, and seeing that we are coming up to the shop, we are going to be fighting the adventurer literally in the next 30 seconds. So let's head on over here. Is there going to be anything useful? I mean, we do find the assassin's dagger, which isn't bad, giving us a little bit of increased crit rate. We'll take the random box, and the gold incense burner is brilliant. We are going to take Bomber here just for the skull fragments. Let's come down. We can re-roll one more time. Let's hit it again. And we're just going to take 20 bone fragments. Let's come up top, re-roll for an item. I mean, we get Mane of the Beast King. It's a legendary. We'll take it for now. Probably not going to stay in our inventory for the longest of times, but it is 800. It is going to be a little bit of money. If we could get... Wait, why are we fighting... Oh, I'm just being stupid. If we could get the hero fight, the hero's legendary here, that would actually be quite nice. I thought we were fighting the thief legendary adventurer there for a second. We're kind of just waiting for our skills to come back down, and then we can use hack and literally just finish him off there. That is ridiculous. And no items off any of you. Let's just destroy Ryder here. Only 38 bone fragments. Not looking too good on that part. So if we could find maybe a unique or a legendary, you never know, we'll be looking a lot better. But that wolf NPC certainly is not bad. And let's speak to her. What are you going to give us? Maybe a little bit of crit rate. That would be quite nice. We are going to get some crit rate. If we could find maybe, you know, gunpowder sword now, that would work out quite well, because we do have quite a high base crit chance, especially with the assassin's dagger being in our inventory. Let's use the whirlwind here. Should be able to finish off most of you. If not, hack is going to be able to do that for me. One thing this guy is good at is just clearing hordes and clearing bosses' health bars. He is probably one of the highest highest output of damage in a skull just in this game. I can't really think. Maybe King also does it, but Predator is certainly up there. I think for now what I want to do is just destroy the Omen Despair here, because we're obviously not going to be going for an Oberon run with Predator. I really didn't mean to get hit there. Luckily, hack should finish off the rest of them. One thing you can actually get locked in with when using Predator is getting locked into his skills. When he gets to legendary, it gets a little bit worse, because it's like a kind of big slashing move you do at the end. if you stay locked into your skills when you get this guy upgraded. So we do just need to mind out for that and keep that in mind. But whilst we've got 4 grand, I would love to actually find a treasure item, but there's not one here, so let's do a bit of re-rolling. I mean, we might as well open the random box. The health reading machine certainly really not too good, and we are really just not getting lucky here. We'll take the bone fragments. We're also going to pair Ghoul up with Predator here, just in case we get the bone of courage. And actually getting the hand of glory isn't bad. We'll take it for now. Yeah, we're getting a decent bonus on top of that. If we can get some more max HP, it will really be quite nice. And because we did pair this guy up with Ghoul, if we can go ahead and find, like I said, the Bone of Courage, we'll be able to get that extra, what, 40% amplification bonus. So Bone of Courage is actually very good with Predator. And we are slowly making our way over to Yggdrasil. If we can just get lucky, find a little bit of bone fragments in some better skulls, we can actually get this guy upgraded going into Act 2. But that'd most likely have to be either a legendary or maybe like 2 uniques, which I doubt we're going to find. Yeah, literally we're at Yggdrasil now, so only a legendary wouldn't even do it. And Werewolf, yeah, he's just going to get destroyed. We're halfway there, so we should be able to get them before maybe the Sisters fight if we get a little bit lucky. If not, Predator will do fine against those boss fights. Boss fights are literally what this guy is made for. As you can see here, once we dodge one fist, I'll then go in for a hack and just watch Yggdrasil's health. Saying that, he's gone for this move instead, so we can't. Let's just dodge in now. We've got the Mane of the Beast King active. He's really doing his moves where he just doesn't want to kind of sit still, but we can dodge in here. And now it's time for the big damage. Look at that. Half his health bar is already gone. Luckily, our skills can actually hit him from the floor since our swords just are that big. And one hack should be able to finish him off now. And there we go, we're on to the second phase. That is all you really need with Predator. It is just a few moments and you'll be able to literally take a boss's health bar to 0. And let's just deal the big damage here to Yiggy. Look at that. It is just ridiculous damage, especially at this point where we don't really have too many great items with us. I think one more skill here is going to finish him off, so we just need to dodge this fist. And there we go. That is the Yggdrasil fight done very, very quickly. And are we going to get rewarded with that time? Let's open the chest here. I mean, we might as well just take the javelin for now. I mean, it's a decent quintessence. I'd rather have one than not. And what we're going to do in the curses whilst we are here is... Here it is, Predicted Pain. So we are going to be acquiring this. We want to get that maxed out as quickly as possible. And we're just going to save the other 2 bone fragments here. Let's head on into Act 2. Like I said, we can't get this guy upgraded anytime soon because we're only halfway through the bone fragments. Luckily, these Gatling gunners, yeah, normally they would cause you a little bit of a problem. But because we can just deal it out with a outrageous amount of damage that quickly, I think even like the big trumpet dudes aren't really going to stand a chance against Predator. His main problems are things that actually like stand in the air, because his air attacks are probably one of the worst in the game. They are god awful. But luckily he does kind of compensate that with having giant swords. So you win some, you lose some. Let's move on here. If we do get a shot, we are going to have a lot of money to be dealing with. Let's just wait for the boys to spawn here. I did think I actually had the whirlwind charge there, but it did not look like it. And the halfling girl, we are just going to save for a later date. Let's activate the javelin, and that is really where it's done a lot of damage for us. Straight lines are where this thing works best. If you can imagine what it is pretty much just a worse version of the Weapons Master. And we do get Berserker. We are going to be taking him instead of Ghoul here, but what we need to do is let's open the red flask. Yeah, we'll swap Gravy for him, and then Ghoul can get destroyed here. Let's take the Executioner's Axe. we're going to get a little bit more HP. We're also going to take the attendance pauldrons here for the half screening machine. We don't need you. Let's re-roll. And final time, nothing really too good. The invisible knife, it's magic damage. We don't really need it, so let's just move on here. We don't have 3 treasure, do we? No. I mean, we can lock in 2 arms if we want to. Yeah, let's go ahead. We're going to lock in 2 arms in the shop. If we can get 2 more of them, that certainly wouldn't be too bad. Now, I am not going to be destroying Berserk here, mainly just because we are going to get that increase in attack speed from him when we use the Bone Scream, so he is actually just a really good guy to pair Predator up with. If we do get the Bone Fragments, you never know, we might actually want to go ahead and upgrade this guy if we get lucky. But saying that, we are still actually struggling to get Predator upgraded to Legendary first, and that is mainly what we are needing to worry about here. As we climb all the way to the top of this thing, we're going to save the hack for the big dude up top. Let's wait for him to do his attack here. Let's activate Predator. Yeah, and then Berserker is just going to be able to finish the rest of the boys off here. Still no uniques. But I would love if you can just keep giving us a load of these Skull Fragment rooms. Because the made are so low, we didn't actually get a chance to kill them with the Quintessence. And if you do pick the Quintessence up, you do get a, what was it, a 15-second cooldown? Which is really one of the major bonuses to using Centaur. Only problem is, with it, as you know, you've got a really kind of small hitbox. And final few plate maids to deal with. Still not getting lucky on the Bone Fragment route. 92% of the way there. So we are most likely going to be able to get this guy upgraded after the Adventurers. I'd highly doubt that we wouldn't. Like, that'd just be ridiculously bad luck if we couldn't actually upgrade it after the Adventurer fight, which I assume is going to come up, like, next room. Yeah, it looks like it will be. And I was right. Let's wait for the final few ladies to spawn. Give us Gunpowder Sword in the chest. It's not going to. You know what? Do we just take the Fatal Sword here? Yeah, we'll take it for the main of the Beast King. Get a little bit more arms. And if it just gives us anything that's not a common skull, we will actually be able to upgrade Centaur into unique. We're going to hit the Bone Scream here, and we need to kill this maid first because she is the more annoying one. And let's just not sit in the middle. Literally, you sitting in the corner is the worst thing you can do, and both of these ladies are already nearly dead here. That is the damage that I am talking about. Yeah, a final few sets of skills are going to be able to finish her off. I would love your legendary, which we aren't going to get. And we do get something that is not a common, so we are going to be able to upgrade Predator here into a legendary now. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so here we have Predator now. So at the end of his skills, he does a final blow where he gets 60% damage reduction, and you'll see what I mean when we've finished this skill here. He does that kind of finishing move. When you do use that, you get that 60% damage reduction, which is quite nice. But you are locked into the animation, which is the only problem with it. It is kind of that gamble that if you want to do it, you're going to be doing a lot of damage, but you are going to be taking damage with it as well. But now that we've got this guy through up and upgraded into legendary before the sisters fight, bosses like the sisters and Joan and things like that, they're going to be no trouble for us. Literally, even crowds of enemies like this, as long as we don't have to like move around and not on like little platforms like these guys, they can all just get killed just like that. And we're going to be on to the final shop here before we are on to the next boss fight. And that is the Solar Sword I see, which we are going to pick up. Let's take it for the Prayer of Grace for now. So we've got 4 arms, which is going to be looking a lot better for us. We're actually going to take the Conquest Token. And we're also going to open the random box here. Bone of Time is useless, so let's move on to the next Skull room. We're probably going to try and get Berserker here upgraded if we can. Should have probably saved hack for the lady over there, but we would have actually been locked into Twister, so I am glad we didn't. Right, the two gladiators at the end, the Gatling gunners at the end, we are just going to be able to take out with a hack, and a whirlwind is going to be able to finish off the rest of the enemies. That final blow does actually do a lot more damage than you would think. Alright, so I'm thinking totems are not going to be a thing to worry about, really. Especially if we are going to try and get Berserker upgraded as well. I think if we worry about that, we're just not going to take item rooms during this game, which isn't really what I want to do. And we've got the final few boys remaining back here. We just need to dodge through the trumpet guy, and then hack is going to finish the rest of them off. And we are getting a unique ninja is going to get destroyed. That is really going to bump us up there. Yeah, look, we've already gained 100 bone fragments just on this floor alone. We want to get this guy to fall down here with us. Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier for us to kill him now, especially when he goes into this corner here. All right, final maids, and then it is looking like we are onto the sisters fight. Right, I lied, there's one more dude. We are going to get an omen chest as well. I don't know if there is anything I would take. Yeah, the Sword of Chaos just isn't really all too worth it, so let's destroy that. Let's move on to the next boss fight here. I would like a better quintessence off this, guys, if we could find something. I know the Shadow Knights would be great. If we could get Troll, that would work even better. Honestly, even if we find Orc, I might take it just for the double damage. But we do need to worry about just getting through this first fight here anyway. Perfect time to use Centaur. And we are really just waiting for that one sister to come in so we can get a big amount of damage on the single one. We're just waiting for it to be able to stand still. Let's get her in the corner here, and then we're going to go for the hack. We can dodge in again, and now it's time for Berserker to have a go. Since we don't have these skills on cooldown, we might as well let him get a swap in. And are we going to be able to finish her off here? We're not, but I don't know. Oh, it was that one anyway. That was a little bit of a lucky guess, but oh well. Second phase now. We just don't want to be taking stupid hits. We want to take our time and not actually rush in with our skills all too much. We don't want to be locked in, like, to that final blow, unless we know that she is going to be standing still. Like, if she goes for a third one here, now I can go for hack, and I'm kind of happy just doing that damage there. Same with Whirlwind here. We want to be able to dodge in. Yeah, that is a beautiful escape. Let's go for the Bone Scream. Alright, we are just going to face tank here. And that was a lot of damage that we just produced. If we can get, like, one more attack like that, I think she's just going to be dead to the hack. I'm fine face tanking. Yeah. That was the smarter play to do. If only we could get a Gunpowder Sword and Troll, that'd be really ridiculous with this guy. And let's open the chest here, see what we are going to be getting. And honestly, the Warrior's Pauldrons isn't a bad pickup. We're going to take it probably for the Carlane Insignia. Yeah, we'll do it for the Carlane Insignia for now. If we want to, we can always lock treasure in at the shop. But with our 8 hearts, what we want to do is get Predicted Pain maxed out. And then we do also want to get Glass Body. We'll pick that up as well. And you know what? We might as well get Tooth Baby whilst we're here. Let's move on. Can't upgrade Berserker into Legendary. That is what we are going to be doing. So we want to be able to get 50 bone fragments. Hopefully before the Adventurers fight. I won't imagine that we shall not. Hopefully hack dealing. Yeah, he's going to be able to finish off him. And then, was that the Manatek Kujal that actually finished off the other wizard there? Not too sure, but we just need to kill the final few enemies here. I'm hoping the blast from the golem, yeah, it doesn't kill us. And Freezer, are you going to teleport up here? I'm just waiting for him to move. Here we go, he's on the platform. Now we can just kill him with the skills. Yeah, even Freezer's on, causing us a problem, which is actually quite nice. They are normally the thing that deals the most amount of damage to you in Act 3. We want to be able to move away here. We're going to have to go into Berserker, hit him with the Bone Scream, and luckily that did actually finish him off there. Final enemies down below. And we are going to be moving onto the shop. with 6 grand in the pocket as well, what are we going to want to go for here? And we might as well get the blue flask. We'll swap out the recruit and then destroy mummy. We'll take the miracle drug. We'll also take the 10 bone fragments. We can do we want to do one more reroll? Yeah, we will. Nothing good, so yeah, we are going to lock in treasure here. Alright, so we've locked in treasure at the shop. Sorry there, I did just have a call with my boss, so that's why the video did take a little bit of a skip. Let's head back into this. 73 bone fragments. We're getting ever closer to getting good old Berserker here over up to Legendary. I'm hoping that we'll be able to do it before the Chimera fight. I would imagine so. I can't imagine us getting that unlucky. Like, we are literally 73 bone fragments. If you get a little bit lucky in the rooms, maybe get a few rares or a few uniques, we should be able to get enough bone fragments. We want to try and dodge out of the way of you and then go for the hack. Yeah, luckily Freezer actually dodged out of the way there so we could deal our damage. Let's hit him with a Bone Scream, and Berserker should be able to finish him off. Now, I don't have the skills to hit him. I was hoping that I would have a hack to actually finish him off there, but I knew our normals would not cut it. Right, once we break the shield on this guy, we then can go ahead and hack him to death. Unfortunately, the final blow didn't actually activate there. Now we've got the final enemy up top. Let's just move on to the next room. Hunter is going to take us over the 100 barrier. We are now going to have a legendary Berserker, which is quite nice going into the Chimera fight. Now all we need to worry about is our totems and a little bit more actual items. I could not remember if there was an actual golem over here, but it does look like it. We just need to dodge out of the way of all the beams, and then we can go in for the damage with Predator here and finish him off. Yeah, that is what we needed. And the slimes will actually die to the bomb, I assume. Yeah, and then we've got the final remaining Freezer up here. And it looks like we are going to be on the Adventurer fight now. Still no Gunpowder Sword. And I don't want... Actually, we'll take Master Fighter instead of the Fatal Sword. Even though we are getting rid of our forearms, I think it was worth it. If we could get the Archer's crit, I will love this game even more than I already do. We are going to need to take out the Priestess first. Let's just head over there with the hack. We want to wait for it to do a 3 cross attack, and then we can go in for the damage. Look at that. She is already nearly dead. Same with... No, the Thief. They are literally just both dead. Nice. Alright, now I just need to swap out, and once the skills are active, yeah, she's going to be dead. Nice and easy. No legendary. But we do find Thieves' Black Steel Daggers. Thank you very much. We're just going to take it instead of... We'll take it instead of Master Fighter, actually. And we will just let Gargoyle get destroyed here. Let's move on. We can go ahead, finally get Berserker here upgraded into Legendary. And now we are just going to start worrying about item rooms now. We need to get some more damage. And here we go, Legendary Berserker. It is going to be quite nice having him around. We're not going to be spamming the Demon Transformation like we normally would. We're going to use it for now here, though. Just look how much damage that does. That is always fun. But yeah, we're not going to be spamming the Transformation just because I don't want to lose too much HP. And that is the Golem already killed. We've just got the big guy here we need to worry about. And let's move on to the next item room here. We are going to have a lot of money actually going into the next shop, which is going to be quite nice. Hopefully Whirlwind, yeah, they are going to be able to take out the final rest of the slimes here. Let's just swap out into Berserker now. Getting treasure is quite nice. If only we would have been able to get treasure 4, that would have been slightly better for us. But it isn't really too big of a deal. And that's the final enemy dead. Let's move on. I assume Chimera is going to be coming up pretty soon. But with the power that we have in our skulls, he's not really going to be surviving all too long, especially if we can get in there and get a hack off. Before this demon transformation moves... Oh, it's going to run out because we've got these boys. Never mind, that might have been a waste. I did use it just on Freezer, and we still get hit. Omen chest is not going to give us anything good, so let's move on to the shop here. I will take the 10 bone fragments. We're also going to open the random box here. Cavalry decoration is not worth it. And we do find gunpowder sword. Beautiful. We need to get rid of something for 600 for it. I mean, we can actually just get rid of the standard sword and then the gold incense burner. I am okay with doing that. Gunpowder sword is going to make this run just so much better for us. If only we could find troll now, that'd be even better. We aren't going to check that chest because we have no money. What we need to do first is destroy ghoul, and let's move on to the next item room here. Finding gunpowder sword really is going to make this just so much easier for us now, especially already having thieves black steel daggers as well. All we need to do is actually stop taking a ton of damage. I mean, face tanking is the name of the game with this guy, but I would like to keep our revive for the, well, at least the final hero fight here. What we might need to do is actually go get Super Baby. I'm thinking that's probably the next best thing. And let's move on to the Chimera fight. We have lost a load of HP, so Berserker is going to be doing more damage. And we are going to start out with him. Let's go for the demon transformation. That's going to do a good amount of damage. Now he can leap forward and deal as much as we want with him with his normals. There we go. Now we can get Predator in here. And we are just waiting for him to be able to get hack off. Yeah, we are just going to face tank because look at that. He's already on half HP. And then we do need to get close here. He's going to be doing a lot of damage, Chimera, here, but as long as we get that slowdown and we can get the, final hit with hack, yeah, just look how much that is doing to him. And then we just need to stand still, hopefully. That stuff does not push us into the end. We're going to have to swap out into Berserker here to finish him off with the normals. And there we go. We didn't use the revive, which is all I was really worried about. So let's open the chest here, see if we're getting anything good. And we do go ahead and get Hope Slasher. We are going to be taking this. That is literally perfect. That is what I wanted, was an increase in our physical damage. And let's go into the curses here. We are going to upgrade Super Baby to max. And then we're actually going to start thinking about getting Go-Getter because we do have Gunpowder Sword. So let's move on here. We can only put a little bit of our totems into our HP. But that is going to max out the Hand of Glory again, so we're all good on that respect. And guys, I did forget to say, if you are this far into the video and you are new to the channel, you enjoy the Skul content, make sure you do drop a like, subscribe if you are new here. There is 2 new Skul videos every week, so do make sure you are here to see those. And we've got the final dude to kill down here. I'll say that, we've got the Candle Maker in the corner. And I know we should really go speak to the Death Knight after we've actually cleared the floor. But whilst here, we're just going to speak to him whilst he's on the bottom. I can't imagine I'm going to take too much damage from these angels here. Yeah, 1 hack should be able to kill the regeneration statue. Yeah, look at that. We have finished him off, getting a nice amount of gold from that. And I'm hoping Berserk here doesn't go golden. We just want him to go over to us and then we can damage him with the skills. Yeah, look at that. Hack is not going to kill us here. We actually got out in time. I was not expecting you to do that for me. And Predator is going to finish the rest of these guys off. Our items are honestly looking quite a lot better, so we are actually going to get some bone fragments now. I want to get that HP totem maxed out because we are doing a lot of face tanking. And you need to be on a lot of HP to do that. And you know what? Let's go for the... he's not going to be purple, actually. We don't need to go for the demon transformation. But sack that, I'm going to do it anyway. It should finish him off. Yeah, look at that. 2,300 damage. That is what you want to see, and that is a halfling girl down here, up here. So we are going to speak to you. Let's get back to max HP, sorry. I say that, you give us 20%, which is not the worst. Warlock going to get destroyed. A nice amount of bone fragments there. We can get a few ticks in the statue. And we should be able to just run past most of these guys here with Berserk. I'm surprised we actually got hit there. And we are just going to be able to chew through most of these enemies. We're just looking for the shield guy to stand still. Then we're going to be able to finish him off with the skills. Yeah, look at the damage that we are coming out with. That is nice. And then final enemy down here. Then we just need to go up top, kill the statue and the big purple berserker. I mean, as long as he does that and jumps down, that is going to be good for us. Let's get rid of our things here. We are going to be onto the shop as well. Let's just get rid of the howling egg here. Let's move on to the shop. We probably want to change our treasure here into antique. And that is a Shadow Knights, which we're going to buy. We can't actually do anything else. Let's move on here. Thankfully, we actually saw that quintessence. Shadow Knights, obviously one of the better physical quintessences in the game. Really going to be useful in clearing up the rest of these enemies on screen here. As you can see, the only ones remaining are the guys back here, I think. And the Demon Scream is going to be able to take most of these guys out. Did people live from back there? I'm going to have to check. Nope, it doesn't look like it. I was just being a little bit stupid. Let's head on to the final area here. Yeah, they're all sat up top. I'm wondering why they spawned so early. It must have been because of the Shadow Knights, I assume. Luckily, the Slash is going to be able to finish the rest of the boys off. And we do get infinite bone. Is there anything I want to take for that? Not really, so we can just destroy it for now. If he maybe had the Bone of Courage, I might have thought about taking the Bone Omen item, but we don't have it, so I didn't think there was any point. Now let's finish off the final few guys down here. Luckily, Hack is going to be able to do that job for us. And we do get the Lion Sword. I mean, we're going to spend the little bit of money. Manatech Circulator isn't actually the worst item you could get from him. I'm actually surprised he did something good for us there. And then Predator is going to be able to finish you off. Another unique in Bone Fragments is really going to help us out totem-wise. Who are we going to be getting here? It looks like it's going to be the Priestess. I mean, last time I said she was bad, she literally killed us and used all our revives, so I'm going to shut up here and not say anything. We are going to activate the Shadow Knights, though. But there is a difference this time, lady. We do a lot more damage up front. I don't mind face tanking here to already get you on half. Let's use the Demon Transformation, and she is going to be on the same side. Yeah, look at this damage that we are doing. That is really quite nice. If only we had, like, Pain and Despair, that would be really quite good for us. We just want to keep minding out here. And then when she floats down, Hack is going to be able to deal a good amount of damage and actually finish her off there. Was not expecting that. And you know what? We're actually just going to get rid of the Alchemist here for the Bone Fragments. This totem is going to be one off getting max, so our HP is going to be looking nice and healthy right now. Yeah, look at that, 455. That is certainly a lot better for us, so we can just tank if we want to like this. And let's not fall off the map. That's not really what I was planning. Luckily, the Shadow Knights should be able to finish off the rest of the guys, yeah. Even that angel up top, it is. And then we've got the final few enemies up there. We might honestly just jump into Berserker. Yeah, that swapping really does a lot of damage. That was hitting like in the 2,000 ranges. We're also going to come here and then pop the Demon Transformation. That actually didn't kill that guy. I was not expecting him to live, I'm going to be honest. Luckily, since the normals do so much damage, it doesn't really matter anyway. Alright, we've got one final enemy remaining. Berserker should be able to end him, or we're just going to speed it up. Let's swap out here. We are going to be onto the shop now, where the multi-dimensional prisms we are not going to be buying. We are really looking for one more arms. I don't know where we're going to get it from, but we are going to get it from somewhere. And we do get the Bone of Courage now. We are going to have to take this. Honestly, we'll take it for the Warrior's Pauldrons. And then we can't go ahead and swap arms, but we might just do that into Courage anyway. And if we somehow find the Omen Bone item again, we will certainly take that. We don't want to be standing in that attack, because I don't want loads of amplification damage thrown onto us. The final guy is dead, and we do get the Dominator, the new Skul. If you haven't seen his video, there will be a link to the Skul playlist down below. It is going to be in there. I would highly recommend checking it out, because he is very, very good. And I'm saying, like, one of the top 3 Skuls in the game now. He is really doing a lot of insane damage. Like, when I tested him out, and I was using a swap build, so it wasn't necessarily the greatest thing to use for him, he was doing so much. And we do get the Soul Killer item. We're not going to take that. Let's move on here. Ever so slowly making our way onto that Joan fight, which should be coming up soon, I would suppose. Don't turn around at the last minute. You don't. Thank you. We are going to use the Shadow Knights here just to finish this purple lady off, or help to finish her off. There we go. Let's move on. We should be able to finish the rest of the guys without having to worry about our transformation ending, or is that going to be a lie? It is. Right, we need to wait for this big guy to do his attacks before we actually go in and go in for the hack on her. There we go. You're dead, so now we just need to worry about big dude over here. But the Whirlwind is going to finish him off. Still nothing good there, so let's move on to the next item room. We just need to make our way through here without getting hit by that archer too many times. Luckily, Whirlwind's, I was going to say, Whirlwind's going to make it easy for us, but then we still take damage anyway. Right, we are going to be getting an Omen item before we head on to Joan. I have just seen it. I would actually take the bone here, or maybe, you know, that double courage item. Let's see what we're going to be getting. I would have liked the opposite of the Howling Egg. So, honestly, it doesn't matter what gets destroyed. Let's just move on here to the Joan fight, where she has, as you guys all know, her 2 phases in the totems, and then in the actual fight with Joan herself. We're most likely going to save the Devil transformation for that second phase, but we might actually just use the Shadow Knights just to help out with the totems, so we're probably going to pop that literally straight away. Hopefully she doesn't put a force field on one of them. We can only see what she does, though. Let's use the Shadow Knights here. We don't want to be taking damage off the orbs. And then let's just kill this one on the right-hand side as she puts a goddamn shield over it. Luckily, Hack is going to be able to finish it off, though. Then we can just move over to the one on the left here. And Berserker is literally just going to finish it off in a few love taps. There we go. We're on to the second phase. We are going to pop the Devil transformation. We're then going to go in for the big skills. So let's activate it here. We should tank a little bit of damage. And then let's see how quickly she is just going to die. Especially with Hat going off. We are going to take a little bit of damage there. But Joan is just going to be straight up dead. That was a quick boss fight. Alright, let's open the chest here. See if we're going to get rewarded for it. And it does not look like it. So let's just destroy the Sylphid Wings here. Let's move on to the final curse shop. And what we are going to do is just go ahead and get Go-Getter again. Unfortunately, we can't max it out. So we are just going to have to move on here. We can put the rest of the bone fragments into the HP. And that's maxed out. So we can just, you know what, let's just get the rest into the skill cooldowns. Right, we're just looking for the final shop to go ahead and get our HP all nice and maxed out. We're not going to be taking damage from these knights, as you guys all know. So let's head on up into the shop now. Is there anything I'm going to want to buy? If we only found Kyrian beforehand, I would have picked it up. You never see it anymore. Alright, let's just go ahead. Let's take the food. We can also actually take the max life. I mean, it is 10. We're nearly there at 500. And guys, if you have enjoyed today's video, you do want to help support the channel, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you are new here. And there will be a playlist linked down below with all my other Skul videos. And there'll also be a link down below to the Discord if you want to speak to me and any other members of the channel. Make sure you go down in the description. And whilst you're down there, you might as well subscribe. Alright, let's head on to the boss fight. But before that, the run that we actually have got going is a legendary Predator. We're pairing up with Berserker as well. We've got the Shadow Knights for the Quintessence. And we've pretty much just gone for a little bit of crit with Gunpowder Sword, Thieves, and Assassin's Dagger. And then we've gone for Hope Slasher, Solar Sword, Bone of Courage, Executioner's Axe, and Hand of Glory, literally just for pure physical damage. We haven't got Arms maxed out. We haven't got Courage maxed out because I forgot to swap them in the shop, which was a mistake on my part, but we should be all good for this dad fight. We're on full HP. We've got the revive. I can't imagine him killing us, but let's see what happens. Alright, we are going to start off with a Shadow Knights here. Unfortunately, with this dad fight, he doesn't really sit still, so you can't exactly face tank all too much. We are going to go for the Demon Transformation here. And this is where we could actually use hack, but unfortunately, we've gone for the Berserker kill instead, so we're going to keep it like that. Let's dodge out of the way of his sword. I assume he's going to go for his kind of unkillable attack soon. Let's just have a look here. Here it is. Let's go into the corner. And we are just going to be dodging through this like usual with Predator. A lot easier with a Speed Skul or a Skul with 2 dodges than one who only has 1. And that is the benefit of Predator here being a Power Skul. Let's go for the hack. Unfortunately, went for the balls. Otherwise, I would have actually just face tanked in there. No, we want to get out of this if possible. Nice. We are really taking a lot of damage in this first phase. My God. But luckily, we are onto the second phase now. Shouldn't be too bad. We still have half our HP and the revive left. We just want to be playing it smart here. Let's go for the revive. Or the damage with the transformation. Probably not the best time to use it. But whilst he's stood still, we can get a bit of damage off here, which is all we really care about. Now, after this, we can get into sit still and then go for the hack, yeah. I am happy face tanking here, getting a lot of damage off, yeah, as you can see. Let's just run in a straight line here. We shouldn't take all too much. Yeah, that is beautiful. We can go in for another hack again. I am ready to full go for the final blow. Let's swap out. Oh, unfortunately, we didn't get the swap in there. Luckily, it's not looking too bad at the moment. We just want to dodge out of the way of you. All right, we are looking a little bit low on HP. He is going to do the life suck there. That's really annoying. Luckily, we got away from it, though. We can activate the Shadow Knights now, dodge away from the wave, and now we go for the hack. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the final kind of move off, but now we can swap in to Berserker here, get the transformation, and look at that damage. Alright, that is a nice bit of swapping in there. We just want to really try and not take any hits in this bit as much as possible. I think we're going to pop the revive here. I can imagine we will. Yeah, that is a little bit unfortunate, but we just don't want him to get the HP, and I think he's going to go for the move soon. He's not, actually. That is a lie. You can get rid of this thing, though, and then go for the hack. Just sit in there for me. No. We've transformed. He's going to hit us with this, which is going to hurt, but isn't too bad, and we finish him off. Bloody hell. Alright guys, so that was my Predator run in Dark Mirror level 9. If you guys did enjoy, you doing help support the channel, make sure you drop it a like, subscribe if you are new here, and click in the top left to see a playlist of all my other Skul videos, and click in the top right to see a video that is best suited for you. This has been Mystic, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.